Hey, Hickok 45 here at the compound. I guess for about 2 years I've been hearing from SIG owners, when you going to shoot a SIG? When you going to shoot a SIG? Well, guess what? We are going to shoot a SIG, a P229 exactly, and to be exact, in 40 caliber. You've already seen this gun once in the most recent FAQ I did. I was cleaning the barrel in that FAQ. I don't know if you noticed that or not. So I've shot it maybe, I don't know, 2 magazines I think on that day just to try it out, and we were doing other things. But this is it. The 229 is available in both, well, I guess it's available in 357 SIG, 40 caliber, and 9mm. I think when it came out in 40 caliber in 91. I'm pretty sure about that because I think I still had my P226 at that time and my P220. Right around there, and it's kind of foggy. It was 89, 90, or 91, and those years was when I kind of decided I wasn't going to shoot those guns in competition because of the double to single action trigger, and so I went full Glock at that time. But I had a couple of SIGs, as I've mentioned before, and they are sweet guns, no doubt about it, in so many ways. This one came by at a pretty good price. It's a used gun. I'll put it here gently on the kangaroo skin. I know we really value our SIGs. And let you take a look at it. As I say, 40 caliber. This is, I guess, kind of the SIG, not version, but this would be the mid-size gun that, if we do any comparisons, I suppose it'd be with the Glock 23, the Glock 19. So I've just shot it a few times, and we're going to just take a few shots today with it. See how it works. Seems to work fine. And again, I'll have to get used to that double to single action trigger and the different trigger system that it has. And that's always the most, I guess, noticeable thing when you pick up a different gun. For me, I can handle any kind of weird grip, large, small, medium. The trigger is the key, and how it releases, and how it operates, and where it breaks, and how it breaks, and how much strength it takes to pull it, and just all those things are key. Now, if you're not familiar with the SIG system, some of you probably aren't. They don't give these things away, I tell you. It's a little different. Obviously, it's a semi-automatic. Now, this is kind of like the XD, and so many guns today, you pull down the takedown lever, take it apart, and you got that familiar looking spring, and the barrel system and all that. So nothing too really unusual about that. Put it back together. You see you have your full rails, and slide lock there. Okay. Now, one of the biggest differences on a SIG, for those who've never shot one or handled one, is you have a hammer drop right here. You just hammer release. You just push down on that, and it drops the hammer. So it could have a round in the magazine right now, and I wanted to get the hammer down. Then I don't have to touch the hammer. I just pull down this lever to click, and okay, I guess you could say the Beretta is similar to that in a way. The safety is where all that is, but you can have it cocked and put the safety on, and hammer falls, and safely. So you got a decocker. It's called. You got a decocker. All right. So that's a different type of system on that. Has a pretty good sized grip. We'll do a comparison here in a video, but first noticeable thing is, it has a good grip. It feels good. It just feels as though my hand is not up as high as I'd like it. I like to get my hand up, as we all do, as close to the bore, line of bore as we can. And it feels like I'm forced to, well, I am forced to keep it down here. So I've got space there I don't have on some guns. And so it's cocked now. Of course, there's nothing in the chamber. I'm gonna put one in the chamber. Yeah, okay. And then I'm gonna decock it. So you see how that works? There's a round in the chamber, but it decocks safely. All right, so now it's double action. So this gun is in double action mode. When I pull it and shoot, I'll have to cock the hammer to fire it, and then it'll go to single action. All right, and right up front, that's one of the things I don't like as much about the SIG or the Beretta, as you know. So, you know what, I didn't bring any mag pouches, did I? That's all right. We don't need them. That's what pockets are for. Okay. Let's take a couple of shots, see if I can hit anything. My biggest problem with the Sig back in the day was first shot to second shot, you know, the difference. If I pull out a Glock 23 or 19, boom, 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 I feel like all 3 or 4 of those shots are going to be, I'm going to have exactly the same grip and trigger pull, and they're all going to be in the same, you know, general area, you know, hopefully really tight or whatever, depending on how well I'm shooting that day. And I never did feel like I had that option with this gun. I always felt like that first and second shot where there's too much of a spread because you sort of have to readjust your finger on the trigger. So let's just try that. And let's just try right there. Okay, try that again. Of course, it's a matter of getting used to it. There we go, that wasn't too bad. Okay, where's my mag pouch? There it is in my pants. Let's just going out to the gong and see what it looks like. Oh, where should I hold? Let's hold about halfway up. There we go. Okay, it has a very nice single action. Again, my criticism is going from double to single, you know, the difference in the feel. But once you get to single action, it feels pretty good. I'm going to go double to single again just on the place and see how much it messes me up here. Drop the hammer, do that again. Okay, I guess, whoa, I put my magazine across the table. Okay. All right, feels pretty good. I think I threw my other mag into the hinterlands. That's okay, 3's enough. So, you know, there again, I think if I got used to it and I shot it a great deal, I'd be able to do okay with that. I just prefer to have the same trigger pull every time. As far as the way it shoots, it feels good. It's a really solid gun. I mean, I don't know that I've ever criticized a Sig for anything other than that trigger system. And then again, maybe the grip on it, I would like to be able to get my hand up a little higher. But, and it's a little large, it's a little heavy, maybe, I don't know, it feels heavy. Might need to get the scales out here one day. We actually have a scale, a set of scales, and see what the thing weighs fully loaded. It feels heavy. I'm talking some negatives now. I like to give the negatives and the positives in my impressions. While John's giving you a little close-up action there, I'm going to see if I see this magazine over here that I threw down. It went a little further than it should have. And I have to walk around the table and get it. I see it. There it is. All right. Y'all know how I am. I sling magazines around. They always seem to work. But yeah, as far as my negatives on this gun, let me go ahead and get those out there. Feels kind of heavy for what it is. Grip is pretty large. I'd like to get my grip up higher on it. I always have that feeling when I look at it or grip a Sig. The double to single action on the first 2 shots. Now, I think they have some models out now that, I forget what they call that do away with that. I don't know if they're phasing that out altogether or what that is exactly. But what else about it do I not like? I don't know. I haven't really broken the slide down on one, and that's kind of an issue with a lot of guns that I've acquired and shot and traded and sold. If it's not a gun I'm going to keep, I don't necessarily get into taking the slide apart because really, if I do that with a Glock, even a Glock I shoot a lot, maybe once every 6 months or something, you know, or even not even that often. But it is an issue that would come up with some guns, parts availability, and how easy it is to just take the thing totally apart, replace parts and all of that, take the firing pin out and everything. So that's an issue. Now on the positive side, again, it seems really accurate. I mean, you know, duh, all guns are plenty accurate, as I've pointed out many times before. It feels like it's high quality. It has really smooth action on it. I mean, it feels like butter. It really does. Those rails, and you have the full length rails. It's a good looking gun. Good looking gun. Feels good in the hand. Like I say, I like to get my hand up higher, but it feels good. And for a double action gun, you know, it's nice. It breaks right. You know, you don't feel like you're having to pull hard. It's not too light and it's not too heavy for that first shot. It's just that once you pull it, then that hammer, the trigger stays back there. It's not as bad, you know, that's the way the Beretta is, first and second shot, the 92. This is not, I use the word bad because to me that is bad. I prefer the same trigger pull every time, you know. Sorry about that, just what I like. But it's not as bad as the Beretta, not at all. If I had to live with that type of action, I'd rather live with this one than that Beretta any day. Okay, so let's take a few more shots here. Again, I've not shot it much. So it's been about 20 years since I've had a flirtation with a Sig. Like I say, it's a little thicker. I brought this, I'm not going to do a big comparison now, but you know, it fits in my Glock 21 or my big Glock holsters, my Glock 30, you know, the thicker Glock holsters fits just fine, and won't really fit in the 9mm 40 holster very well. It's hot, so I don't want to put my fingers down there and pull on it, but you know, so it's just to give you an idea that it's a little, you know, thicker, a little bigger. Okay, we'll do some comparisons later. All right, let's just take some more shots, have some fun with it before it gets dark here. Oh, what do we have? All kinds of things, don't we? All right, let's be easier with those magazines. Okay, let's go long range on some animals, see where we need to hold. He's a hard to there he goes. Took 2 shots, but he finally fell, or 2 hits. Alright, feels pretty good. Let's load up just a few more. Like I say, you can't go wrong with a gun like this. It's accurate as any of them. It feels good. It's more expensive than many of the others. We'll take just a few more shots. And you really ought to shoot one, I think, before you buy one, if at all possible. Some people who are new to guns get the idea it's like cars or some other things, that you get more for your money, you know, and that's true to an extent. But once you get up into the $400 or $500 range, you're generally getting some really good guns. And so someone who knows nothing really about pistols would just go into a gun shop, I think, sometimes, and think, okay, well, the Sig is really much more expensive than the others, and I've heard it's a really quality gun. I think I'll just go ahead and start out with the best. I really think some people do that. And of course, some of you who shoot SIGs a lot, you may have that opinion. You know, it is the very best. But really, it's not, in my opinion. It's a great gun, but it's not the best. And it has some limitations for me It's not necessarily the best shooter as far as I'm concerned. But who knows, maybe I'll change my opinion. I shoot it a while. So let's just take a few more shots. And have some fun. I'll get my magazines here. See if we can knock off some more animals. Okay, are we hot? Oh, I'll let that one fall. Yeah, we were already hot. Okay. All right. Bad. So, pretty nice gun. Feels good, fun to shoot. Feels like a really solid shooter. You notice that last edit point there, that's the thing I discussed in the most recent FAQ we did. So we had time to reload a couple of magazines and shoot a little bit more here if it doesn't get dark on us. So let me shoot just a little more because I just love to shoot. Yeah, this is fun. Nice gun. All right. I wonder how many times I've said nice gun. About 5,000. Okay. Feels good, feels good. Just for kicks, let me try a chicken. Let's go way out there. We'll at least scare him. I hit him, but he didn't fall. Winged him again. Okay. I guess it takes a 45 to knock him down. All right, we got a couple more mags. Let's sling some more lead. All right, my last magazine. Oh, no, that's my Glock magazine. It's full of hollow points, so I guess we're yeah, I threw 4 over there on the table. Okay. All right. So this is it. Sig 229, 40 caliber. Comes in 357 Sig, I believe, and 9mm. So first impressions of actually shooting more than a couple of magazines feels good. A gun that I could, I think, if I shot much at all, I'd be really comfortable with it. Again, the double single action I don't like, but it's a little big, a little heavy for what it is, but really quality feel to this gun. And what can you say? You know, it's a Sig. So we'll do some more shooting with it and some comparisons and torture tests, maybe run over with a tractor, bush hog, or something like that. How's that? Nah, just kidding. So glad you all could come out this evening and enjoy some more shooting. Y'all take care. Life's really good.